Hello and welcome, Taurus, to your October 2023 horoscope. My name is Jeff Smith. I'm your professional astrologer here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and we are going to go over the cosmic weather for this October. We're going to talk about eclipses, where they're taking place in your chart. We have a new moon solar eclipse and a full moon solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, excuse me, on this month, and I lost my train of thought there. And those are kind of like amped up new moons and full moons at this time, but because they last a lot longer. So welcome, Taurus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go over a few things here first. Let's go ahead and pull your chart up. There it is. Okay. So we're going to have a focus this month, Taurus, on our daily routine, our health, things that we need to maybe refine as far as what we do. Are these ways working? Or are they not working? I think there's a huge push in your subconscious to go ahead and make these things happen. Going to the doctor when you feel you need to. If you've been constantly sick and your immune system's been low, you got to look at nutrition. You got to look at all of that. And because right now the sun is going to be traveling through Libra in your sixth house of daily routine and health. And it's going to be coming into about the 23rd of this month of October. It's going to actually start to highlight your seventh house. So we have 6th to 12th house issues, which is getting that drive, that healing. I look at this as the mind, what's going on in the mind. And with all this stuff in Aries opposite Mars, its ruler, it's having this struggle of what do we do? So October is going to be like, okay, so I've got to get a balanced diet. If that's one thing I could tell Taurus is this October is focusing on a balanced diet and taking the action necessary to make yourself in a much more healthier spot. When you do this, especially with these eclipses happening, they're going to affect you all the way up till the beginning of the year and possibly longer than that. But there's usually a 3-month window where this starts to amp up. All right. So you can see the sun is going to be traveling through your 6th and your 7th house. So that means that there is issues between the 6th and the 12th. And then later on in the month, it's going to be the 1st and the 7th. So we've got all this retrograde energy happening here on one side of the chart, and all of this happening on the other. Now, your ruler Venus is going to be changing signs soon, and that's going to be happening in your 5th house of romance, relationships, children, that kind of thing. So there's definitely, because right now I'm pretty sure there's some tension. And hopefully, as the month progresses for you, that will change because your ruler is going to be going into a fellow earth sign. So it's more harmonious energy than it has been this summer. It's been pretty heated. And it kind of cools down and comes back down to earth. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what else do we have to look at. We're going to talk more about the eclipses as we go through the calendar. But like I said, it's all about getting your mind right, getting motivated, finding the motivation to do it. And you can find a lot to motivate you in life, Taurus. It's just that sometimes you take a little bit longer. It usually takes a kick in the ass for any Tauruses to finally get moving. But hopefully this month, and listening to this horoscope, you're going to be able to go, okay, you know what? I have been thinking about this. I know it's long overdue. I've got to do it. Okay. Communication will be key for you at the beginning of the month. So make sure you put yourself out there. With all this retrograde energy, though, it's tough. Things are still in the works. They're still planning. But as long as you put your love into it, it'll be smooth sailing for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar. There it is. This is what I write out every month so I can go ahead and forecast for you. So I thought, what better way but to show exactly what I'm doing here. And you can see right off the bat, I put in the moon's movements. And you can see that the moon moves very fast through the signs. You can see like right now it's in Gemini for the 1st, the 2nd, I mean, it moves in probably out of Taurus, your sign. So the moon's going to be in Taurus until the 3rd of October. And then right away it moves into Cancer on the 5th. And then it moves right away into Leo on the 7th. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just showing that the moon moves very fast through the signs through the month. So, with that being said, there are some dates here that I've got highlighted that are important. You can see that we've got the new moon solar eclipse on the 14th and the full moon lunar eclipse on the 28th. We're going to get to more of that once we start going through the week. So as we go through the first half of October, October 4th, Mercury changes signs. It moves into the sign of Libra. So we're heavily into Libra season right now. And this is, again, all about balance communications. I would say for this weekend, all the big action takes place on either Saturdays or Sundays. And so plan your weekends accordingly. Moon moves into Leo on Saturday. That's a good vibe. It's going to be a good vibe for you also on the 8th because your ruler, Venus, the planet of love, moves into a fellow earth sign, Virgo. So we're going from a fire energy to a more compatible earth energy for you. So you're getting your relationships right. You're getting things down. You're perfecting your relationships and getting it right. Okay. So that's going to shift, for the rest of the month. So on the 8th, you're definitely going to feel a shift. However, Mars is square Pluto. That Pluto's stationing to go direct a couple days later. Monday's going to definitely feel, a lot of Mondays are going to feel like Mondays here. So plan accordingly for that. The Monday, the 9th, Moon is going to be square Uranus. So, make sure that your emotions are in tune here. Be open to some surprises. Pluto goes direct on the 10th. Your ruler, Venus, is going to be opposite Saturn. So there could be, again, getting this right. There's some lessons to be learned. Also, pay attention to the news on the weekend of the 8th and also maybe during the week on the 10th. Big world news coming your way. Jupiter makes a nice trine to Hump Day, to Hump Day. Jupiter trines the moon on Hump Day, Wednesday the 11th. So that's a good opportunity. It kind of felt rough this weekend, and we finally come out of this cloud, on the 11th. Mars moves into the sign of Scorpio on the 12th. That's a big day. And the moon moves into Libra. So we've got a lot of Libra energy, but now we're kind of slowly shifting into Scorpio season also. Mars makes a trine to Saturn on the 13th. Plans kind of get moving forward. It kind of ramps up towards the new moon solar eclipse. New moon solar eclipse is happening 21 degrees in Libra, and that is happening in your 6th house. That's why there's so much emphasis on changing your routine, planting the seeds of a new way of going about your day. Because let's face it, Taurus, you're slacking in that. You know what I'm saying? And you have the opportunity to do that. So with this being said, be realistic. Do some cleaning. Start off on a fresh foot. You know what I mean? Kind of do a whole house cleaning during that time. You'll have the drive to do it. Just don't want you to overdo it. Okay. But that new moon solar eclipse, that solar eclipse that happens, adds very heavy energy to it. You know what I mean? It adds emphasis to it, especially with the lunar eclipse. So we go through that on Saturday, the 14th. And then we move through the weekend, again, another dull Monday, but we kind of get out of it once the moon moves into Sagittarius on the 17th. The moon makes a square to your ruler on Wednesday, so just be aware of that. The moon moves into fellow Capricorn, another earth sign. That's a good weekend, start to the weekend here, and it kind of ramps up. You've got the moon the sun making a conjunction to Mercury, Mercury squaring Pluto, so be careful what you say. Plans, the 21st, I've been saying this through all the readings, but this sun square Pluto is asking us to get perspective, okay? Because it ramps up here on the 22nd. Pluto makes a trine to Jupiter. Moon moves into Aquarius. Mercury already moves into Scorpio. Again, we're setting the stage for Scorpio. Mercury also makes a trine to Saturn. That's when communications, it seems like they stall on Friday and get back to normal on Sunday. And then the sun moves into Scorpio. So now we're in Scorpio season on the 23rd. So that's perfect for the Halloween time. It's dark, it's spooky, it's mysterious. The nights get a little colder, the wind blows, and you're like, is someone walking behind me? It's that kind of Scorpio paranoia. It works perfectly with the season. So this is a time to, we're moving in from an air sign into a water sign. So now we're moving into a more emotional time for ourselves. Sun makes a nice trine to Saturn on the 24th. 25th looks like a good day to daydream. And then it starts to ramp up. Thursday, it starts to ramp up. That moon moves into Aries and it moves really fast. And then boom, the 28th, we have our lunar eclipse, full moon. And that's happening at 5 degrees Taurus. So take a look at your chart to see where those different new and full moons. I'll always put the degree in the sign for you to check your chart, because that will show you how it affects you personally. Mars is making an opposition to Jupiter. Mercury is making an opposition to Jupiter also. This would be a great time for a party. But for you, Taurus, it's happening in your first house. So this is all about, a new look. Maybe you need to change your appearance. Maybe you need to buy a new wardrobe. It's something about how you express yourself to the world. And this may come to light for you. You know what? I got a new attitude. You get Patti LaBelle on that shit. And with the full moon lunar eclipse, it can be intense. I just don't want you to spend the money you don't have and that kind of thing, because Mars and Mercury are opposite Jupiter. So that opportunity may be more in November than the 28th. It doesn't launch on the 28th. You may dawn on you, because on the 14th, you may be starting to get into this routine, go, you know what? I'm going to stick to it. And then, a couple weeks later, you're like, yeah, this is what I needed to do. So I really need to start taking care of me versus somebody else's needs also. And that, with this full moon lunar eclipse happening on the 28th for you, Taurus, it can be quite dramatic. So just be aware of that. It's really not a time to take action. It's to mentally prepare yourself. And to also, if your house is a mess, clean it. You know what I mean? It'll make you feel good after you do that. I feel so good after I know my house is clean. It just gives you like this inner peace. All right. So, just be aware of that. That sets you up all the way till into the new year. So use this time wisely, the 14th and the 28th, to really start letting go of beliefs about yourself and starting things new. Halloween looks really good. Your ruler's making a trine to Uranus. Go out. Maybe you get invited to a Halloween party. Do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's it for October. As much as there is, Taurus, it's really going to affect your daily routine. All right, I got to take a look at this. I found a new job, that kind of thing. There's going to be an emphasis on relationships, also mending those, creating new ones, especially with that lunar eclipse happening. I mean, it's all coming to fruition for you. I just want you to take care of yourself this month, Taurus. All right? Thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in November.